And just in case you forgot, Makoto was dumped down into the garbage. That is where we were. So we need a recap. Desperately awful. And she got rid of the cup noodles.
Anyway.
At least she's practical. Okay. The mic is loud? Really? Okay, let's see something here. If for some reason I turned it back down, I don't know why. Okay, is that a little better balance?
Indeed.
I want to know how that one key unlocks everything. I really do. You didn't notice a change. Turn up the game a bit more. That's a little more. Let me know if this is it, because this is really starting to get way too loud on my end.
That's right.
Yeah, that's kind of my point. It may be a master key, but it sure doesn't look like it. I am? Really? That is odd. Okay, is that any better? Because I swear this is the same mic settings I had last time. Okay, do I need to turn the game back down now to match this, or is this balance okay? Okay, cool. It's weird, those are the exact same settings I had last time For at least for the mic. I'm going to turn this down so it doesn't give me a headache very soon.
It's true. Indeed.
Unfortunately, we cannot get away from the dumb because, well, Hiro's still around. The real fight had just begun. For ultimate pain, suffering, despair, execution, and death. Can you imagine if that had been Yasuhiro that got dumped down in there? My God, with his hair. Ah. Time to climb a ladder. A very long ladder. Thankfully, there are shadows involved here.
Hey.
Yeah, you don't want to try to rely on her to catch you if you fall off the ladder. That would just be bad. So now we're going to get speech balloons, because why not?
So...
I don't know if you'd squish Kyoko. But it is time to, it is time to get a little bit of backstory on her.
Wrong.
So yeah, her family is not well known.
Right.
Because they don't want to be.
Indeed.
Detectives kind of have to be true neutral to get to the truth. I do need to read the Danganronpa novels at some point. I haven't made the effort to look them up yet.
It's true.
Yeah, she was one of the people that he couldn't find any info on whatsoever. Because they made their effort to stay secret.
However...
Yeah, she kind of used her ability as a detective to get into the school, though. Odd, that. close, but not quite.
What?
If your light fact does not spoil anything that happens in Chapter 6, you can give it.
Wrong. However,
Yeah, we're about to learn something about her father.
I... So...
You want to sever all ties with your father.
However...
Yeah, basically her father abandoned everyone to get away from being a detective. And she wanted to... Okay. That's interesting. You never know, he might have packed them. So yeah, her father ran away. And she's angry with him and wants to tell him off.
Right.
Yeah, let's not talk about her father yet, other than what she's saying. But she likes being a detective, so she's glad he didn't grab her and take her away from this life. And a few other things. But that's beside the point. But it is kind of funny she's opening up on this ladder walk.
I... However... So...
Because it is gonna have feels? Okay, what's going on here? Why we gotta talk about DR2 characters? Let's not.
However,
Okay, it's gone weirder.
I... Correct.
Yeah, we do not discuss DR2 yet because there are people here who know nothing about DR2. This is a warning for whatever a warning constitutes in this type of environment. Can you rent this game from me? Technically, yeah, but I'm not inclined to rent it out. I mean, I do have a physical copy of the Vita version.
Wrong. Hey.
No. Not for me. Maybe you can find some game rental store somewhere that has a copy of the Vita version. Or, you know, you could probably buy a copy of the Vita version fairly cheap at this point. So we're finally to the top of the ladder here. After a nice long talk with Kyoko. Awfully big hatch. Seems like it might be difficult to, you know, clear up on that ladder.
Indeed.
Yeah, I can't argue with her there.
That's right.
So she was thinking ahead. Goodbye. So, yep, that hatch did indeed lead to the trash room.
Phew.
It was long enough to get some exposition out of the way, at least. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's, you know, I'm pretty sure that is a large chunk of the case there. She did feel guilty about getting him executed after all. However, here's a question that will be posed. What happens now?
Listen. So then,
And her solution to finding out exactly what Monokuma's going to do about this? Walk right up and ask him. Nothing can possibly go wrong.
in other words, however,
And she seems fairly convinced that, Monokuma won't just off you right here and now. Because she seems to believe the mastermind is backed into a corner. Her logic's gotta be sound for this one, right?
so
Was there?
right.
Negotiations? You're gonna negotiate with the bear. Yeah, I would be uneasy too. Then again, after all, he will find out eventually that Naegi is not, gone forever.
Indeed. Shall we go?
So, because she hasn't really steered us too far wrong yet, let's actually do what she says. Besides, there's not much other choice we really have. It's going to kind of railroad us into going to the gym, whether we want to or not. But yeah, it's probably better to go to him instead of having him come to you. Yeah, but Alter Ego did manage to break his control somewhat, so there might be something to that.
Well now. I don't believe it!
He's supposed to be dead, but your contraption failed, so he's not. Are we really going to be okay? Were you okay in the first place? I mean, if you really think about it. With the punishment? Oh yeah, she helped us get into that punishment real good.
What?
Oh, this is bad.
Making me angry!
Help? This is your idea.
Right.
That's not helping.
However, now, if
You wagered Makoto's life on this. Winning or losing. That's actually a surprisingly solid plan.
Hey!
because
Yeah?
in other words,
Yep, she's on to you.
however,
Hey, Jello is a solid.
right. Indeed.
Funny that. Yeah, I mean, there was a reason I showed off all three ways to gain, to get through the trial. The, game over, and then both endings. Because we kind of needed to see them both.
However,
Almost literally, too.
am I wrong? Listen to me.
So we might get the full list of why he really needs to follow those rules soon, huh?
Well,
Well,
You come all this way with that, and then you can't back it up. That's not good.
that doesn't matter. That's right.
boom, boom.
Well, you're pretty much there except for the famous.
Because
That's not exactly convincing to anyone. He wanted to run and hide. He's only not doing so because of you. You realize this, right?
however,
What the heck?
Yes?
indeed.
Oh? Is this like arguing with someone you can't convince? You're just trying to convince the onlookers.
Hey,
Yes, it is.
Indeed.
You could just not broadcast it. But let's not give the bear any ideas.
Listen to me. Hey.
Yeah, you remember from the last trial how everything they did was, broadcast out to the world with the intent to spread despair? Well, if Monokuma breaks these rules, he kind of undermines his own thing, and they think he, had to cheat to win, which means despair really can't beat hope. That's the long and the short of this. That's what her entire idea here is based on. I don't think ratings count anymore because it's the only thing on every channel now.
That's what we have to do. It's true.
So we get trial take 2. We get to redo the trial of Mukuro Ikusaba.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
Hope and despair.
Hey.
This would be our chance, yes. Oh, hang on. The puns, huh?
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed.
What's wrong?
It's now time for bear puns! What you've suggested might be plausible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
In other words,
the game trolled you again.
You guys!
It would cause you unbearable despair. Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown! But talk about a mood swing, man.
Barrett!
Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
You'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school.
I can barely contain myself!
And that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth.
You guys!
Listen to me.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing it myself. That was one heck of a, chance you took there, Kyoko.
Hey,
The rule. Yeah.
What's wrong?
For sure.
hey.
It bears repeating. So yeah, there really was a trial for a student killing another student. Mukuro was killed by a student. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. There you go. That's the last one from him. Maybe. Started with 16. And the only people to take a single step in this place since the game began are those 16 students.
Listen.
Now I'm really angry!
And he's done. Why so serious?
Whew.
You could say that. Yeah, you could definitely say that.
Hey!
Yeah, he says. Seems worse than ever, though, right here.
Hey,
And now he's just laughing. So now, guess what it's time for? And it's not more puns.
however, whew.
Yeah. Yeah, she was bluffing for the most part, I think.
So... Because...
So what is she talking about with letting down the guard?
So...
Yeah.
Listen. Indeed. However, in other words,
That was a lot of effort to go to, but why?
so... It would seem...
Yes. Yes.
In other words,
Okay, I follow you so far.
correct.
Makes sense.
Hey,
Yep. Hope's Peak, where the hope of humanity resides, basically.
that's right.
Hey, I only did one pun before the game started in. Mostly because I knew the game was about to do that to me. So yeah, in short, if the mastermind could get the whole world to see that the best representation of hope left in the world completely gives into despair, then what hope does the rest of the world have? And they would give into despair, and despair wins. There we go. What did Monokuma do to everyone's bodies? Oh, it'll be covered.
It's true.
Hi, Link. Probably.
Makoto. In other words,
what you missed was her saying the puns better not happen, and then the puns happened, essentially. It was a glorious string of bear puns from Monokuma that I so lovingly voiced.
at the very least, indeed.
This is true. She has not broken their regulations yet. So, not much they can do to her within the rules.
Right.
Ooh poo poo poo! Yeah, that was kind of a whole trap trial, is what they're trying to get across here.
It's true.
I need to go find Falero's voice clips for some of this.
Indeed. In other words, however, wrong.
Yeah, gambling with Makoto's life.
Whew.
Already? Ah, that didn't take long. She's really good at hiding it. Is he getting strikes on the Danganronpa bridge stuff?
However,
yeah, we do kind of have to win this last trial or else we're all getting axed. Maybe literally.
correct.
Ah.
Hey,
Yeah, we should probably reunite with the other living members of the group here.
however, anyway, shall we go?
So, after close to an hour, we finally get to actually move around for the second time so far. So in the dorms somewhere, not in the exact dorms, but you know, where they always are.